Like all little children, they want to fit in with their schoolmates. And they want to kind of belong. And so they try to find their place. And they can't find it because they don't belong. Now some of you have tribe and individual in you. And there will be a sense of belonging. But there will also be a sense of that kind of distance you get when you're in a party and suddenly you wonder what you are doing. So the first thing is the acceptance of limitation, that you won't fit in, that you will seem crazy to others at times, and it's about empowering. In accepting what you are, you empower what is different about you, what is you. It's the collective's job to share what the individual comes up with. So we have to make something that is neither too deep or too complex or too scary, acceptable to the collective, which happens all the time. Another limitation of being a freak or having individual circuitry is that when the pulse goes, you're kind of left dangling there in the life. This is where melancholy comes in, because no one understands you, and there is nothing you can say. And the knowing that was running through you stopped, and suddenly find yourself dropped into a flat world. Individuals do not have to share what they know, but they do have to get it out somehow. And if they don't, that same energy that is incredibly creative and mystical, full of the very edges of the universe, turns against them and becomes self-destructive. So, as wonderful as individuality is in my view, they can also be sad, depressed, awkward, alienated, odd, disturbing, and difficult people. It's acoustic. We are now in the realm of frequency. Acoustic in the full breadth of the word, where the amount and information of knowing you can get out of a single breath, only you can hear. It's beautiful. It's creative. It's eccentric. They really are quite odd. There is no getting away from it. There is that quirkiness in individuals that other individuals appreciate. They can be incredibly insightful, and the knowledge just comes to them. We say they have knowing, but there is no real description for it. And most of it can't be said or shared. It's mutative, because when the pulse goes on really strong, and there is no coming back from it. It's melancholic because it has to. get the information, you have to go into the yin, which means you have to let go, which means you have to go into that hopelessness where you don't know when it is going to end in order for the light to switch on. In the deepest darkness, there's the brightest light. This is the irregular road. If there is any pattern there, the pattern is obscure. When you see it, it has meaning beyond what it looks like. Another important keynote is that it is unstable. The ground shifts under their feet. Reality is nebulous sometimes. There are no straight lines. And other people at that point are either useful or they are distractions. You know what I mean when it is unstable, when you're not quite sure what is real and what isn't real. It is defiant. It doesn't want to be interfered with. To survive, it must remain separate. Aloneness is the medium of creativity. That creativity within you, that poetry, that artist, that musician, that dancer, so many things you can be, so many things you can do. Some way, only you know you can do that. So it does have this element of life and death, and the theme as well, because it is life or death. It comes out or it doesn't. When you are in the experience, nothing else matters. When a knower knows, it will not be deterred by anybody. What happens is that the individuality, sooner or later, is crushed and broken. Because it's strange for the majority. I know countless individuals that are hiding, that don't speak to many people at all, which is preferable for them. It's a crisis in the rapture of the veil of the ordinary life. So there has to be a separation from what is known and from what is expected. Separation, break from the world. Everyone with individual life force in them has at some point had to come to that. Every individual has to find themselves in their aloneness. This is extremely important. If you can't find what you really love in yourself, then it is not going to happen. It is not going to come out. Because the difference within us, because we are the patterns, we are, it never leaves us. It can be crushed, but it never leaves us.